Hi and welcome to loop 3 of my Peak District loops here on my channel, and today we're here with Nick Stato Black once again.
Got some good stats for you today, folks.
That's something to look forward to later, ladies and gentlemen. So today we're over in the White Peak. We are starting here from Stoney Middleton playing fields. Going to take a trip up to Stoney and then up to Eyam before crossing over the 623 and heading up into the quarries. This is a good wet weather route, and we're going to run it today as a red, but I'll point out where you can miss those sections out if you want to run it more as a green or a blue. Okay, shall we go?
Yep.
Let's go. Descent is just down here in this dip. It comes in from the left, takes you back down to the top of Eyam Museum. Just see it coming in now, so we're going to head down there. Just shot down the Nook descent from Sir William Hill, and we're back down in Eyam. And as I'm sure you all know, Eyam is the infamous plague village from the 1600s, where,
as opposed to a plague country that we are.
Yeah, which we're currently in now, where we can sort of relate to exactly what they went through a little better now, can't we? So
this cottage here is where the plague was. Well, they think the plague entered the village in some linen,
rats
that a milliner brought with him up from London. So the fleas from the rats had infested the linen, and so you can see here, first plague victim died in this cottage. And here we have oldie horrible
garden gnomes and their friends. But basically the villagers made the brave decision to cut themselves off so that it wouldn't spread the plague up and around South Yorkshire, which is incredibly brave thing to do, and it wiped out what, 3/4 of the village, Nick? Something like that. Not everyone, but most.
260 people died, and it was estimated there's a population of about 350.
Right. So you pull up out of Eyam and then take this left up to Riley's Graves if you want to do the Riley's Wood descent, which is a red. If you go straight on, following the road closed signs along New Road, you'll come out at the top of Jacob's Ladder on the bend, and I'll point that out when we get to it. So you can miss this bit out if you want to and keep it more of a blue sort of ride, although Jacob's Ladder was running more of a red than a blue the last time we went down on Sunday. Anyway, choice is yours. It's at this point I hand over to Nick Stato Black for a whole wealth of further facts and information.
So there used to be a farm just over there in the plague years that Hancock's lived at, and Mrs. Hancock, in the space of a week, her husband and her 6 kids all died of the plague, and she dragged them out from the farmhouse out to the bottom of the field here and buried them in these graves here. None of the other villagers would help her because they were scared
of catching it.
of catching it themselves. Yeah.
Right. I do know that these fields used to belong to William the Conqueror. Apparently, he used to come hunting here as well, didn't he? So it's all good stuff, folks. Yeah. The route, as you can see, very clearly goes. No, I'll point out the route via a map. Don't worry.
Hang in there.
Okay, so my first time down Riley's. So we won't see Rob for quite some time. Top tip on this is drop your seat if you haven't got a seat dropper. Whew! Do I look like a midget though?
So that was Riley's Woods, which I filmed a few times on in the descent section, and I mentioned you can miss it out and go along New Road, and you come out of this corner and then you turn right into Jacob's Ladder descent back down to Stoney.
Top tip, miss it out, go along New Road.
So you join us after an epic fall from Nick Stato Blackburn. We're just passing the spring here and the Roman baths, and they reckon that the spring might be the reason for settlement down to the famous toll bar Chippy, which, as you can see, is open. It's got some strange opening times. Back on the 623, and this time heading up out of Stoney Middleton and up to Black Harry's Gate. Any interesting facts from Nick Stato Black?
Well, it's where a really famous highwayman called.
He knows his stuff. Well, he can read a board anyway.
No, I know nothing about this, Harry.
Honestly? No. He's a highwayman. 1600s. He used to roam about on Longston Moor, basically robbing travellers between Wardlow and Stoney and Eyam. So if the Black Plague didn't get you, Black Harry did.
Yeah.
Grim days. There we go. Right, we're going up there. It's a bit of a pull, to be honest. So off with the comms, I think.
Yeah, switch it off so they can't see our pain.
Yeah, I can always speed it up. Edit it up.
So despite being in a world of pain from my monster fall, I still beat Rob up here by a mile. So this is the ascent up to, not quite to Black Harry's Gate.
So after the pleasant Black Harry's climb, go straight across the road and pick this track up into the quarries. Hello. Thank you. One behind, mate. End up going down Coombsdale there, but we're going to do a couple of loops first. Just see Coombsdale cutting like a knife through the hillside on your left. That's what we're going to be going down. Meanwhile, we head up here. So from the gate, turn right, pull up along High Rake, down to the left here. It's a bridleway, it's really narrow, but don't miss it because it's just on the left here. Just be careful coming down here because it's quite narrow and a lot of people walk up and round. So keep pulling up the road, you get some great views down right into sort of Hassop, around there. Nick approaching the gate where we turned right before, so we've done a full loop and we have to do this damn climb again. end of the loop. Cracking ride.